Nature has a secret copy and paste button, and that's how identical twins are born. It almost feels like a little trick of nature. But the way identical twins are formed is one of the most fascinating stories in human biology. And the best part? The process begins long before anyone even knows a pregnancy has started. Stay with me until the end, because once you understand how it happens, you'll never look at twins the same way again. Let's start right at the beginning. Usually when an egg from the mother and a sperm from the father meet, they join to form a single cell. This single cell is like the blueprint of a brand new human being. From here, the cell begins dividing, multiplying again and again, turning into a tiny ball of cells. Most of the time, this ball of cells grows into one baby. But in the rare and remarkable case of identical twins, something extraordinary happens. At a very early stage, this one ball of cells, this one tiny embryo, splits. It divides into two. And that's where the magic lies. Both halves carry the exact same DNA, the same instructions, the same starting point. That's why identical twins often look so alike and share so many similarities. Now here's a little detail that keeps scientists intrigued. The timing of that split makes a big difference. If the embryo divides very early, each twin grows with its own separate sac and its own placenta. But if the split happens a little later, the twins might share the same sac or the same placenta. And in very rare cases, if the embryo doesn't fully separate, that's when conjoined twins are formed. It's a small change in timing, but it shapes the entire pregnancy journey. You might be wondering, why does the embryo split in the first place? That's the part that still feels like a mystery. Scientists know it's not something parents can control. It doesn't run strongly in families the way fraternal twins sometimes do. Identical twinning is, for the most part, a random event. It's almost as if nature flips a coin in those first few days after conception. Sometimes the single embryo stays whole, and sometimes it chooses to divide and create two lives instead of one. But identical twins are not always as identical as we might think. As they grow, small differences sneak in. Genes may switch on or off in slightly different ways. Environmental factors, things like nutrition, lifestyle, even random chance can shape their development. This explains why one twin might be a little taller, or why they may not share the exact same health conditions. Even fingerprints, which are formed in the womb, turn out to be unique for each twin. So while their DNA is a perfect match, life adds its own finishing touches to make each twin an individual. Something that might surprise you is the identical twins don't just fascinate families, they also help scientists. Because they start with the same DNA, researchers can study them to understand the role genetics play versus the role of environment. When one twin develops a condition and the other doesn't, it can reveal powerful insights into human health, disease, and even behavior. So in a way, identical twins are nature's built-in experiment for science. Identical twins are truly special. Not just two people who look alike, but two individuals who began as one. A single cell, a single moment, split into two journeys. One of life's most beautiful surprises. Before you go, I'd love to know, have you ever met a pair of identical twins that completely amazed you? Maybe you are one yourself. Share your stories in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear them. And if you found this journey into the science of twins interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, because nature is full of secrets, and together, we're just getting started.